about to turn it up.
What is up, Michigan Nation? It's your boy TJ Ronin. You can find me on the socials at TJ_Ronin. We got our guy Johnny, mother effing Olden in the house. What is up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. What's going on, everybody? What's going on?
Hell yeah. So we got the call-in show tonight. As you guys know, for every $100, we'll go an extra hour. Last week, Johnny, we did our first 3-hour show since January. So salute to you for being a part of the show. The people obviously wanted more, so they got more. So we appreciate that. So Johnny, we'll get right into, Johnny, you want to throw your socials out and tell people where they can find you, man?
YouTube, Johnny Olden Jr. and Twitter, Johnny Olden Jr.
Hell yeah. All right. So what a controversy, a week of controversy. I'm going to throw the call-in link in the chat. Guys, I'm going to tell you now, it's open topic. We can get into whatever the hell you want to get into. I will say, when me and Johnny are going to open up here with the Sharon Moore 2-game suspension, our thoughts on all that. But, it appears that the Santono video that John and I made got it ruffled a few feathers. But what's funny is as many subscribers as we lost, which we did lose a few, we gained as many back. So that was an interesting experience. But I'm sure people saw what there was a bit of rumblings going. We won't get too far into this. I mean, we can, again, this is open discussion. I'm not running away from any topic. Obviously, we'll be respectful to each topic. But Sam Webb's show today caused a little bit of controversy. I know, Johnny, you didn't see it, so you might not be able to get too much of a take on it. But long story short, it ruffled some feathers, especially what Brian Cook said in the segment in between the radio spots. But me and Johnny are going to get into our thoughts, and I want to get Johnny's opinion because I haven't heard it yet on his thoughts on Michigan doing the 2 games. Because Johnny, we didn't do the Avengers show this week. I was busy doing things. You were busy doing things, so I'm real curious on what is your opinion on Michigan offering a 2-game suspension as a proactive approach to the NCAA. What's your thoughts there? I'm going to share the call-in link, and if you guys want to call in, we got open lines.
Got you. So this 2-game suspension that they self-imposed, this is the end of. Is that, I'm going to ask you, is that for are they trying to do that for Burgergate or the scandal, the Connor?
It's a good question, man. It's a good question. So Burgergate is officially over in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, Michigan right now is serving a 4-game, no visit recruiting violation. So Michigan coaching staff is not allowed to visit any players over a 4-week period. Currently, they've done 2 weeks. They have 2 weeks more, and then it's done. Once this punishment is completed, Burgergate is now the past. It's over with. We're done with it. So now we have just Signgate, which should be resolved. Word is before September is kind of the word and when it'll be resolved. So at any point now to September, I would say probably mid to late summer it'll get resolved. But so this is, to answer your question and to give clarity, this is for Signgate.
Got you. And that's what I thought it was. So to me, this is my opinion. If they're worried about things because we thought they were gonna fight it, or they still might, or or you feel like you're going to lose it, and you do the suspension now. To me, you could have done some of this stuff last year and got it out the way. If you were worried about it, you could have did it last year,
Right.
and you could have honestly did a bowl ban also last year. That's my opinion. If we're trying to get ahead of stuff to look better for the NCAA and get stuff out of the way, you get what I mean? I feel like you could have done some of this stuff last year if you're worried about it now, which it seems like they are, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. Like, since it's an 8-5 season, it's a down year anyways. Why not take your licks last year? Then you can move forward this year. I think what it comes down to is, well, here's why they couldn't, Johnny, because they had to wait. So what they did is they got the notice of allegations from the NCAA. They didn't get that until November, right? So they didn't get the notice of allegations until November. Then Michigan had 30 days to respond, but Michigan asked for an extension. So, the timing just didn't link up, but I do hear you on that. I mean, because there is truth to the fact that Michigans can still self-penalize even before those allegations come into place, but who knows? I mean, at the end of the day, man, it kind of just is what it is. It's just the question is, will this satisfy the NCAA? And if it doesn't satisfy the NCAA, what is the NCAA really looking for? But here's the real question too, though. What is it that Michigan feels they need to punish Sharon Moore for? Because now, is it because he deleted evidence and affected the investigation by deleting evidence, even though the text messages were recovered? That showed nothing, by the way. Buckeyes lurking. By the way, Johnny, I have found out very recently I have two hate watching Buckeyes who seem to be watching my show a lot. I won't name their names, but they know who they are. Word to them, though. But yeah, man. So I don't know. I mean, let's just be real though here, Johnny. Obviously, this situation's a little funky, right? Because we're suspending Coach Moore 2 games. What's the result? I mean, I'm at the point where I just want to see how this goes. But I will say this, and Johnny, here's my position too. So let me just bring some clarity to my thoughts. Look, they're not vacating titles. They're not vacating wins. They're not. We know they're not. It's going to be, and so my position is it's going to be a fine. It's going to be some suspensions, some recruiting violations, and potentially some type of practice. I don't know. Maybe they do practice violations. I don't know, but it's not going to be anything where they take away any of the accomplishments that the previous teams won. So and the reason why is, go on.
So with this, because the Buckeye guys, fans, guys, whatever you want to call them, the Buck Nuts, they want wins taken and the natty taken, but you can't. The NCAA doesn't really vacate wins unless you had ineligible players, right?
That's what I was gonna say. Correct, which is why it's not happening. And right, and it's not. And not only that, the title was won fair and square. Listen, you know what's annoying as fuck, dude? Is that these Buckeyes are just believing this fairy tale shit. They want to, and they're following their Pied Piper Buckeye scoop, and I don't even give a shit.
They're relentless.
I've gotten some flack by 2 individuals because I mentioned Buckeyes. He's got little bodyguards, it appears.
He does.
Yeah, I know, it's hilarious. And but what's funny is he's feeding them a bunch of shit, and they're eating it up, and they're taking it like it's gospel, bro.
Man,
so I cannot wait. I can't wait. Yeah, exactly, bro. They're fucking praying to the altar, my guy. And I just cannot wait for this to get resolved, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm owning those fucking clowns.
Oh, I can't wait,
because we're cooking your ass. I'm letting you know right now, we're gonna cook your fucking ass, bro. It is so. But at the end of the day, I until the results come out, everyone can talk their talk. Because at the end of the day, it's not public. We don't know. And I will entertain the idea. I entertain the idea that it's more than I think it will. I entertain it. I don't believe it, but I entertain the idea that, okay, these guys think it's this. I'm quite confident it's this, but you know what? Until it comes out, I'm in observation mode, right? So at the end of the day, we're just in observation mode, waiting for it. But I do find it funny how committed they are to the outcome that these Ohio State fans want. I mean, they are so committed to it. They need it. They need it.
Because they haven't had any reason to. They can't talk trash to Michigan.
That's what it is.
They don't have anything to stand on because you keep losing. So you were hoping it was going to happen last year with the NCAA or the Big Ten. Harbaugh suspended. You're not going to beat us. And then you lose again and we win the championship. Then this year they had it. Okay, Michigan's horrible. We got them this year. We got them. And then they give a stinker. Yeah, they won the championship, but you can't. What does that mean to us? We smacked you. So all they got to hold on to is the NCAA hammering Michigan, the hammer's coming down, and all of that stuff. That's all they have to hold on to because they can't get the win on the field.
Yeah, it's exactly, and that's what it is. They need something. They need something to grasp onto because they can't talk shit to us right now. Ooh, 2000 or 2001. Shut up! You're living in the past. That's loser talk. Anyways, let's get to our super chats here, Johnny. We'll get to our calls. We got Juju and Nick waiting in line patiently. So we got GT throwing a $5 super chat. Thank you, GT. Appreciate you. Any reason we can't hire Connor Stein as a coach, whatever game Sherromore is suspended? Well, I guess we'll find out what happens to Connor Stallions in the summer. But I'm assuming that Michigan, I'll tell you right now, after firing President Ono, Regents are about to run amok now, bro. They're about to get another yes man. I'm quite sure they are. And I'm sure Michigan's going to be 50,000 miles away from Connor Stallions, But listen, I'd be naive to think Connor Stallions is going to be returning back to Michigan. We know that's not going to happen, but it would be funny. I mean, I'd like it just because it'd be a good time. And I actually like Connor Stallions. That's me though. All right. Any thoughts on that, Johnny? Before we get to our next, we got a member here for 3 months.
What, Stallions coming back to coach?
Yeah,
it's not happening. It's not happening.
I agree, but I'd love to see it.
I mean, we have poked the NCAA bear since this happened. We've been giving them the middle finger for the most part.
Yeah. I agree. All right, so we got username here. When McNasty's beer TWK16. So this is my boy. Shout out to my boy Greg. I love you, bro. He's who I went to McNasty's with, and McNasty's, by the way, if you don't know, is in downtown New Boston, and I love that place. I just want to let everybody know that McNasty's is a dope ass bar. Check it out sometime. Good food and pre-COVID prices, by the way. Pre-COVID prices. We're talking $5.99 mozzarella sticks, not that $10, $11, $12 shit you see at these restaurants these days. No, McNasty's is this. Really, they need to sponsor me now that I'm promoting them so much. But no, that place is dope. All right, Johnny, let's get to our callers. Unless you got any takes on McNasty's.
No.
All right. Hey, it's a dope spot. Next time you come to town, we'll go there. All right, we got Juju in the house. What up, brother?
Yo, what's good?
What up, Juju?
Going through the motions of being a fan of University of Michigan.
Pero sorry. All right, y'all talking about the NCAA shit?
I mean, we're talking about anything you want to talk about, Juju.
I mean, shit.
Not the spring game, Juju.
Bro, I've watched it 23 times now.
Yeah, it's about there. I ain't gonna lie. It really is about there. I mean, I really got too much more to say about the spring game other than I don't think Babylon is gonna be ready, but that's about it. NCAA shit, I mean, more. I'm hearing a little bit more about it, and I've been listening to Isaiah Hole and to first before I get out the way. Garrison, I know you're on the other call show, so when you do get in here, you were wrong. Sharon Moore uncovered his own text messages, bro, and handed them to the NCAA. So anyone who thinks that the NCAA, recovered them by themselves did not. He retrieved them and handed them over willingly to him. So that's one. Two, I mean, hear a lot of shit about the Purdue game in particular that Connor Stallions sent someone, and Isaiah Holt. I don't know if you guys listened to him today. He talked on the NCAA. Like the people who are telling him are like Counter Stallions. They're trying to get Counter Stallions with the sign gate thing. They think they have proof of him sending people. That's what they're hanging their hat on. So if that's all they're hanging their hat on, bro, you better fight that shit to the death. So
did you hear about the oh, you know what? Never mind. I just remembered. I actually found out from a private conversation. Never mind. I'll bring it up though. I'll talk about it. But so apparently, I should find out if I can talk about this, but I think I'm okay. So apparently, all right, I'll just say it. Fuck it. So apparently, I'm actually pulling her up right now to make sure I say this correctly. So apparently, when the lawyers were kind of questioning Counter Stallions, right? Or the NCAA was questioning Counter Stallions, and they asked them a question, and Counter Stallions' lawyer jumped on top of it. It was, have you heard about this, Juju, at all? It was
essentially the documentary.
No, it's the difference between scouting and filming. So essentially, let me see if I can find it. Shit. Oh, here it is. They asked the question. They asked during their questioning, "Have you ever filmed or scouted?" Meaning that there's a difference. And Connor's lawyer pressed it and asked for the definitions of each and emphasized that there is a difference. So, point being is like, apparently, Connor Stallions and their legal team feels like there is a the NCAA is they don't even know what their argument is, right? What's the difference between scouting and what's the difference between filming and
they don't.
And at the end of the day, that's the thing is like the NCAA doesn't we all know what the rule is, right? We all know that the rule was put in place, so not that there was necessarily a huge advantage, but because of the cost issues with the smaller program. So what's the difference if you scout a team versus if you're filming a team, right? Like, because when you scout a team, you're getting all the signals too. Like even when you look at film, right? When you look at film, you can get signals. Like there's tons of signal. Like it's like even Connor Stein said it. And when you're looking at the all 22, you can figure out who the live sign guy is and all that. So I don't know. Apparently there's individuals who feel that they have a position on the NCAA where they can fight it. But I'll say this though, and me and John Diadamo were talking about this on Tuesday. Okay. So there's word that, okay, Michigan's offering this 2 games. If the NCAA tries to go more on Sharon more, then they're going to fight it. But how many times have we heard that though?
How many times are you going to get our ass beat, bro?
Well, I mean, have we gotten our ass beat or have we just fucking laid down?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're just letting this shit happen. I mean, bro, the first thing I'm doing, I'm walking in that courtroom in the NCAA. Y'all had hard, concrete evidence that this Baylor assistant literally went to a game. What the fuck did you give him? A game. Right. You gave him a game suspension. He actually was at the game. Advanced scouting. Like, you have no concrete proof that this happened. You've been chasing this shit for 2 years. And now you want to gather up minor things and put them together to make it seem like it's bigger than what it is. Because Jim Harbaugh said, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, he's gone.
And Jim Harbaugh wanted to fight, and Michigan's lawyers told Jim Harbaugh's lawyer to back down.
Yeah, it's just insane to me. Like, to me, if the NCAA had something so concrete, they would have already, bro, they wouldn't have been waiting this long, bro. They drilled Kentucky. Like, it didn't take nothing but a few weeks for them, and they did it all under the table. Like, drilled them for the illegal players that they had. I don't get it, bro. That's where I get it, the leaders and best, bro. But when the hell do you have a backbone? Like, I ain't trying to hear all that other shit, bro. Like, enough is enough, bro. We've been punished enough.
Yeah. It comes to the, and I had a problem with Michigan before with how much do you really care about the football program?
Exactly.
Because we had those years where it was like They don't care that much. They happy winning 9 games and being top 5 in revenue. They were happy with that.
And bro, that's what concerns me with this president firing, because
I feel like the president, the president is like I don't know why people keep saying that, but that's just not even athletics. That's just all politics.
Oh, I know. Well, no, that the entire well, yes, his firing was 100% political.
I ain't even if you can't take the heat, bro. Like I don't need you here at Michigan, bro. Then get out the kitchen.
Wait, who can't? What you saying? Santano can't take the heat?
There's a lot of shit that's going on, bro. There's a lot of shit that a lot of shit that hasn't even come out yet. That I'm not even gonna speak on, but it's just, bro. Me personally, like if you don't agree politics, wise, I don't really get into a lot of that shit. But then okay, but don't say you're gonna do something and don't do it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Facts.
So, all right, let me ask you this, Juju. Are you in agreement with the Regents? Are you thinking, oh no, God did dirty?
That's a tough one because it's like a gray area. I think somewhere in the middle. Like, how do you feel about it? I think I'm somewhere in the middle.
I think they did Ono dirty as fuck. Is what I think. That's what I think.
You think that?
Did you see how we caught? Did you see what we talked about on Tuesday, Juju, or no?
No, I didn't.
We talked about some shit that happened behind the scenes. Did you know about
it? Regarding Ono.
Yeah, in the Regents and what happened and why Ono left.
I was told one day, and it had to do with politics. Is it about politics?
Yes.
Okay, then I think I've heard it. Like,
so
I don't know.
Right.
I did not hear you discuss it though.
For those who missed it, what happened was, 2 Regents, Jordan Acker and Mark Bernstein, had an article made to the New York Times to smear the university and Santa Ono. Santa Ono found out about it, and the article was never published, but it rubbed them the wrong way, because it's like, why you're a regent of this university? Why are you gonna, all because, for those who don't know, all because Ono decided to end certain programs that the presidential administration wanted ended, so this way University of Michigan can get continued funding, just like we are seeing with some other universities losing funding. So Santana was essentially trying to protect the university, as well as trying to appease the regents, which he has been doing. And look, at the end of the day, we lost one of the best presidents of a university in the country, which is why Santana is now the highest paid president in the entire country. Well, $3 million.
What I found ironic about it is, like, look, I didn't think it was bad. I just think I don't like when you give your word on stuff. And again, I'm pretty sure they will come public.
Yeah, I don't know about this word you're talking about. You're gonna have to tell me in a DM.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Like, I'll hit you guys. But it's more than one thing. When you give your word, some of the shit is already public. But when you give your word about something, I don't like when you go back on it. He's going to a university that is doing the same shit we are doing that he doesn't agree with, that he won't be able to change. Like, I don't get it. That's what I don't get, is you're making a move. I completely understand the salary part, but what I don't understand, I mean, if you go, they kind of talk about it on the round table, Sam's round table, without saying it.
I didn't watch it. I saw the clip. I had someone sent me the clip of the portion that got everyone upset today.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you go listen to that, they say it without saying it. Well, Sam doesn't speak on it. It's like Sam doesn't speak on it at all, but everyone else does.
I know.
I don't know, bro.
All right, I'll have to check it out when I get some time. Because maybe there is. I'm sure there is a little more than I know. I'm sure there's more than I'm aware of.
Yeah, there's a lot more than even
what I'm aware of, though. It's fucking dirty, bro. Like, it's just dirty.
Yeah, from what I understand, it was a mutual agreement. Like, both wanted to part ways. Like,
yeah, because Ono felt, just like Jim Harbaugh, that the Regents didn't have his back.
Yeah,
of course you would want to leave. The Regents did the same thing to Jim Harbaugh, man. Which is why, if you remember, Jim Harbaugh said, "I wish I had an athletic director who would have my back against the Regents." Listen, the Regents at Michigan, in my opinion, are toxic.
Yeah,
they're always causing problems, bro. They were the biggest. They were the biggest hurdle with NIL. Then they finally came
stuck in 1920.
They still, and to a degree, they still are. I don't know. There's so much shit going on, bro. Like, and like 2% of it, bro, 5% of it is football right now.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Well, yeah, we know. I mean,
That's why I ain't worried about it too much.
dude, yeah, I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, I'm not either. But like, what? But as a fan of the university and the team, right?
Yeah.
I'm just concerned we're gonna get another yes man, and we already have one yes man. All right,
Yeah, we do.
And
The
and
bald head
we
motherfucker.
see, like, so now, like, and let's be real here. I'm gonna be very real. Santa Ono made athletics a priority. Presidents don't do that, guys. Presidents worry about research dollars, academics, because the reality is athletics is like what 3 to 5% of the fucking budget at Michigan.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing. It's small potatoes. Like
now
but
that is the area where you have to find someone in the same way. Like that is the area I'm gonna miss. Like I said, he's not all bad. He really isn't. I thought he was a damn good president. It's just there were some areas where I just didn't agree.
Yeah, I mean, I know there were areas that because it just came down to politics, bro, at the end of the day. But anyways, I mean, all right, Juju, we're gonna get to our next call. You want to give us your final thoughts, brother?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Johnny, I agree with you. If they act like they don't give a damn, why the fuck should I? Why do I care if you don't care? That's the whole university, and that's the football program. Like the football, like you're gonna put your resources towards the football program and go all in. You know, arguably our best sport, minus hockey, gymnastics is on the rise, but our best sport and gives us the most revenue. Like come on, like if you don't care, then I don't care. That's one. Other than that, it's 8:30 now. The Warriors are about to play. I got tapped in.
Juju, have they? All right, let me ask you this before you leave. Have they shown you they don't care? What makes you think they don't care?
No, I'm saying with this next hire. Like,
all right, fair. All right, I agree with
that.
Okay.
I want to see that you give a fuck.
Yeah, I hear that. All right, I agree with you, Juju. All right, brother, go watch your basketball game. Have fun.
Yes, sir. You can go blue.
Hey, go blue, brother. See ya. All right, we got GT. What concerns me is U of M never even spoke to Stallions, meaning they have no intention of defending him. No, Stallions has his own lawyer, and why would they? He's no longer an employee at the University of Michigan, so they're not going to defend him. The uncompromising standards of war manual. I'll take words that nobody has ever said for $800. Please, Alex. Yeah. I
got a question with this NIL that's for some reason I keep thinking about it. Did they not leverage Jordan? Did they not try to get deals for these players with Jordan Brand?
I'm sure they do, but like Jordan Brand has to be willing to do the deal though, you know, like
I mean, you get what I'm saying? I haven't seen anybody.
I mean, I feel like Jordan feels like they're already getting. Why would they pay for an individual player when they're already all over Michigan? Like they're already being promoted by Michigan. Stuff's everywhere.
But it's like I look at it like Will Johnson last year. He had the Beats by Dre. Okay, now you got Beast Corner wearing. He's already wearing it, but now he's the poster boy with college football cleats.
Or Underwood.
You get what I'm saying?
Underwood's like the truest Jordan Brand athlete you could think of, man.
Exactly. And everyone, all these kids love Jordans. This is how I think. I mean, you got Jordan.
I hear you, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why we don't see more Jordan.
You get what I'm saying?
I mean, I do, but like I don't know, like, you know, I feel like because Jordan is the brand for the school, I feel like they feel like they don't need to. I don't know. I can't say I know because I don't know. You know.
You get what I'm saying? You're Jordan Brand athlete because everybody else, you know, they have Jordan Brand athletes. Yeah, it's not. They're professionals technically,
right?
But you know, somebody. You get what I'm saying? The face, face of it.
But I feel like if Jordan was gonna do it, it would have to be like a Bryce Underwood. It had to be a big time dude, bro. It had to be like a major, you know. I don't know. I mean, like, do you think they would just do Shamari Earls? I mean, is that what you're getting at?
No, I ain't saying that. That's why I'm saying it's got to be a beast. I mean, we're talking.
It's got to be a guy. I don't know.
That's why I said like Will Johnson. getting those pick sixes, and that's commercial stuff. You get what I'm saying? You know, somebody with the gravitas to do it, but I think that could be a good selling point. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it hasn't been seen really with Jordan in college football having these type of athletes.
Yeah, I don't know. You're right though. I mean, have we seen any? But here's the thing though. Like, has there been any college football player sponsored by Jordan?
I don't think I want to say I think I saw one, but I'm not sure. I think the Zachariah Branch. I think he was. I think somebody.
Yeah, he was. No, you're right. He was. All right, that's one. You're right. He was.
Well,
look at that. How'd that work out? Kid gets 500 yards a year. Yeah,
exactly.
You're right.
You telling me Will Johnson couldn't have got a commercial or something last year?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a fair point, Johnny. I can't say.
And that's something to strive. That's something to strive for other future recruits.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, let's pull up our boy Nick. What up, Nick? How we doing, brother?
Dude, I cannot believe what I'm watching unfold right now. You could make that. Well, I'll say this first. Michigan is falling right into the NCAA's trap.
Are they?
If the NCAA thought that they could actually have the evidence to suspend Sharon Moore or any of this shit, we would have heard more word about it, and they honestly would have done so by now, in my opinion. This is so fucking ridiculous. Sharon Moore did not. How is anyone with a straight face claiming that Sharon Moore wasn't forthcoming? How? What is he honestly suspended for? For deleting texts?
Yes.
Where? Well, why? How?
Well,
how?
Listen. That's what we think. I mean, there could be. I mean, maybe there's another reason that we're unaware of that comes out when the NCAA finalizes their, I guess, investigation, or when everything's finalized this summer. Maybe we'll find out more. I mean, the other argument could be because he's a two-time offender. Which people are.
No. Hold on. We need to look at the timing of that, because I remember the timing of that being a little thrown off. I'm trying to think of when. Yeah. At least that was my understanding. I don't know, man. This whole thing seems like complete and total bullshit. And Michigan self-imposing a suspension is making Sharon look like he did something wrong. You're not helping him. You're hurting him.
Well, let me ask you this, Nick. What's your thoughts on this? So let's just say, okay, let's say the NCAA says, you know what, I want 4 games. Let's just say hypothetically, Sharon Moore gets a 4-game suspension. Michigan gets fined $15 million, and Michigan loses some more like recruiting week visit type things. Connor Stalions is show caused for life. Jim Harbaugh show cause for life. Do we really give a shit at the end of the day? Like,
I give a shit. I do, because you're making them look guilty, way more guilty than they actually are.
I think the reality is this, though. There's going to be a punishment, bro, and Michigan's just trying to
Yeah, there's going to be a punishment, but it shouldn't be a suspension. I'll tell you what I would tell the NCAA if I was Sharon Moore. Fuck you. I'll see you in court.
Yeah. Well, dude, but Johnny or Nick, here's the thing, though. When you have a governing body like the NCAA, they make their own rules, though, Nick.
Exactly.
It's like we're in Mexico. We're at their mercy, bro.
Yeah, and they enforce them how they want to until you get to court. They couldn't even follow their own fucking bylaws for the investigation. That's the type of shit that I'm talking about. The punishment is one-sided. What is the point of the courts? Is to make things more fair, to balance it out. Who deserves what? Sharon's getting screwed. He did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. And by accepting this, he's making himself look guilty. What do you hear left and right? Now you're hearing other rival fans and everyone say, well, they wouldn't have suspended him if he didn't do anything wrong and if there wasn't anything in those text messages. You're making him look guilty. And then I love Kinetic. Kinetic, you're awesome, bro. If you're listening, I got no issues with you. But he laid out this argument like Sharon's lawyers which I don't think Sharon's lawyers would actually tell him this. Maybe the University of Michigan's idiotic lawyers might be telling him this, but fuck them too. So you take the 2-game suspension this year. Somehow you'd pick out weeks 3 or 4 or something like that, so that you can that 4-game suspension you divvy up 2 years. That is fucking ridiculous, dude. Now you're going on the wouldn't that be the 4th or no, the 3rd year in a row of your head coach being suspended? Like this is the this is the bullshit that I'm talking about. The NCAA is getting away with this because it's a kangaroo court. It's not a real fucking legal body. So fuck them and fuck their bylaws because they couldn't even follow it. They couldn't even follow their own rules in an investigation. Them leaking shit all the time, you're not supposed to do that. And if there was nothing in those text messages, if I'm Sharon, I'm
There
saying
wasn't.
fuck you NCAA and fuck you Michigan. Because
Well,
honestly, right now, who's done more to Sharon Moore? The NCAA or Michigan? Who's the bigger threat to Sharon Moore's career? The NCAA or the Board of Regents? Because
well,
Jim Harbaugh got kicked out of there. People better wake up, dude, because Sharon Moore will start feeling the same way. What happens if he says, let me just throw a scenario. What if Michigan does really good next year, right? And then Michigan wants to do another 2-game suspension. Sharon Moore could say, no, fuck you. Other places want me. I'm out of here. They'll pay my contract. And
you think?
I'll bring
Hold on,
Bryce Underwood with me.
hold on. You think who do you think's gonna hire Sharon Moore, bro?
I don't
He's not
know, but I'm
proven
saying
yet.
no, hold on. What I'm saying is there's a limit to this kind of bullshit that people are willing to take. And Jim Harbaugh had it. And if people think the same thing can't happen with Sharon, you're out of your fucking mind, man. I'm not predicting that's going to happen. There would have to be a lot of things happen. It sounds nuts, doesn't it? But if this
Yeah.
type of bullshit keeps going on, how is Sharon eventually not going to feel the same way that Jim Harbaugh did? Because Ward Manuel just got signed to a new contract. And like you said, the Regents are going to run wild. They're going to pick some left leaning nut job who doesn't give a fuck. Who was the guy before Ono? Who is that piece of shit?
Mark Swistle.
Yeah, tried to fucking cancel the fucking football season.
Yes.
So I'm sorry for yelling, man, but I think this is ridiculous. I care about my name and what my name means. And you better fucking believe these other coaches do. And Michigan is making him look guilty by doing this. And I think it's exactly what the NCAA wants.
Hold on, Nick, though. This is the thing now. We gotta we grown men, so you gotta be accountable. Sharon deleted them text messages at first, and that made he made himself look guilty with that. Not to say that it was something, but he did that. And it made himself look guilty.
I mean, can I be real though? I would probably delete text messages too.
Me too. I'm not. Hey, I didn't say
No.
that.
I
would have deleted them
understand.
things so fast.
You know, what
I
they should have been,
understand that, but dude,
Johnny,
this
they
is
should have been doing is using Signal.
this is blowing my mind right now. I can't believe people are actually like going with that. Like I understand that frame of logic. If you didn't recover the text messages, like what are we doing, guys? He recovered the text messages before the end and turned them over to the NCAA. There was nothing there. So no, he didn't delete them because he was guilty. He deleted them probably because he thinks Connor's some pissant or whatever, fucking his opportunities up. Or I don't think he views Connor that highly, honestly, and I think he's got tons of other shit to do. And he was probably like, you know what, fuck this. I don't need this. I didn't do anything wrong. Just gonna delete this and separate myself from this clown and stay focused here. That's probably what happened. But like the point is they have the text messages. So it doesn't matter whether he looked guilty or not. The point is he's not guilty. We're already like going back to that argument is obsolete at this point.
But
Like
this is the thing. You're dealing with the NCAA.
I know that's why you take him to court. That's why you take him to
over
court.
over what are you are we taking them to court over this?
I'm suing.
Imposing or what?
I'm
What are we?
suing their ass for defamation, leaking shit during an active investigation, and violating their own bylaws, which should turn around and invalidate the entire fucking investigation. What do they do in courts that aren't fair? They throw the case out. There's no way. John, you made an excellent point about the NCAA. It's the fucking NCAA, and they're a bunch of idiots. You want to know it's not going to hold up? Their argument in court, because they don't have their shit together. If they want to do the discovery process,
is Michigan ready to fight it though? Don't seem like they want to.
no, that's why I said who's the biggest threat to Sharon Moore's career, the Regents or the NCAA? Who's handed out more punishment? Like I can't wrap my head around it, fellas. I can't do it. It doesn't make sense.
Because I'd fight it. I'd fight it. Like, remember, you might not even be around long enough for me to actually for this to go through or anything. NCAA is on a shot clock right now.
Do you remember when Ward Manuel in January said if the punishments are exceeding what we think they should be, we are going to fight? Remember when he put that out? Does anyone remember that? Am I sitting here by myself? Does no one remember this?
When was this?
It was like January. No, this fucking year, bro. It came out like January.
I'm sorry, TJ. What'd you say? You kind of cut out.
How are you doing? In the joint, Nick?
No, I'm not. You actually cut out. I wish I had one. You got one?
No, officer. So in January or February, Ward Manuel came out and put out a public statement that's saying that if the punishment exceeds what we think is reasonable, we're going to fight it. Do you remember that, Nick?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Point is, like, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that's why.
Let me ask you a follow-up question. Does it feel like he's still leaning that direction, or does it seem like things have changed?
I'm starting to feel like I did when they started rallying the fucking lawyers, acting like they were going to go to war, and then they backed their asses down.
Dude,
because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think our region's got what it takes, bro.
No, they definitely don't.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I am so skeptical of I am officially. I hope I don't, but I think it's possible I create some enemies, and I'm not gonna like intentionally be, but I'm just gonna call it like it is. These regions, I got no confidence in them, bro.
Well, hey, at least take some solace in the fact that Jordan Acker will never confront you in person. Just know he's a fucking weasel, and I'd say that to his face. Dude, I hope this spreads around and 100,000 people are booing the fuck out of him and he's scared to show his face.
I'll say this, though. I'd be willing to have a conversation with Jordan Acker, but I just do not find what they did. I think it's gross and disgusting. So because of that, currently I'm of the position of I'm just not a fan. And I know I'll say this too. And I was very aggressive on Tuesday in my position. I still stand by everything, but I did call him a bitch, and I do want to retract that. That's not right. That's very wrong of me to say that. So I do retract that. But other than that, I stand by everything else I said.
Hey, man, I think you were 100% accurate with that statement.
You know what's funny, man, is people like really got upset with me, and like I really felt like I was pretty neutral on that whole thing. I wasn't trying to favor any one side. I just did not agree with the approach. But it is what it is. You're not gonna make everybody happy. But all right, Nick, give us your final thoughts, brother. Give us your final thoughts. We got some more callers here.
Oh, final thoughts. I'll go with an easy one. I think the offensive line is going to be much more improved this year, and I think they'll get off to a faster start than our offensive line did in 2023. Because remember, the first half of the year, they were kind of struggling, kind of shuffling guys around, Henderson in and out, kind of some banged up dudes. I don't know. I think the offensive line is going to be nasty this year. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun. I think Bryce's trajectory is going to skyrocket. He'll have some struggles early on. But hopefully by the end of the year, man, Buckeyes will be ready to take another ass whooping. So it's going to be fun to watch.
Sir. Yes, sir. All right, Nick. Appreciate you, man. Looking forward to hearing from you next week. All right.
Hell yeah, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Go Blue, Nick.
Go Blue.
All right, we got William S. Kane with some words of wisdom. Guys, don't let your emotions get the best of you. Let it play out. We'll still kick ass this year. Always go blue. It's always go blue. And you're right, man. I mean, at the end of the day, what sucks though, William S. Kane, is we got a lot of time until it gets out, and there's only so much to talk about because spring ball's over, spring game's over, fall camp's months away. I mean, it's a long summer sometimes. We got things we got to talk about. We are 15 minutes away from the end of our hour. We are 60 away from a second hour, Johnny. We may have a short night tonight, but we're going to talk to another ally and another Avenger. We got Maniac in the house. What up, Maniac?
Gentlemen.
What's up?
What up?
What's going on?
Oh no,
Listen,
man.
let's just.
Your connection bad, bro.
Can you hear me?
Your connection's bad, Maniac. You may want to try and call back in. I'll pull you back up.
All right. Hold on. How about
You sound
now?
good now. Yeah, you good now. You good?
Now?
You good? Yes, sir.
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Oh,
All
you
right.
did.
Maniac, no
Nah,
good.
I was
No good, bro.
saying, let's let it play out.
Maniac, no good, man. You got to call back in. You call back in, we'll pull you back up. All right. We are gonna listen. We are gonna have an enemy give his takes. I can only imagine where he's gonna go with this. Actually, before we do that, though, I got to give a shout out to Jordan, our new member. Shout out to Jordan. Thank you for becoming a member of Michigan at the Voice of College Football. Appreciate you. I know you said you'll call in next week. Looking forward to it. Beats and treats, my friend. It's always something. It is always something. It is always something, man. There's never an off season with, with Michigan. Maniac, call it back in, brother. I swear I'll pull you back up. All right, let's get our Buckeye friend up here. What's up, man? How we doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm an elementary school teacher. I had 5th grade today, so that was
I've heard those are tough days, man.
Oh, so that's why you handle yourself so well on the Sunday call-in. You're like, this ain't nothing.
I mean, yeah, definitely, man. I worked in Ypsilanti for 3 years as a 1st grade teacher, and let me tell you, it was wild, man. Just the reason I left, I got 1st grader just went off the deep end and socked me in the face.
Oh wow.
No joke. No joke.
Wow.
Man. But yeah, so here is my take.
These kids are crazy
on
these days, man.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. I just the disrespect. Yeah. And just I've never seen it like in my lifetime where a good amount of kids are questioning the authority of adults. It's just like they think like we're here. And I always emphasize like, nope, you're here, I'm up here. That's the final say. But here are my my thoughts on what could eventually happen with the Michigan situation in the NCAA. Now, I will say that this is based off my own thoughts. I don't really I do my own research. I follow what the NCAA is doing. Don't really pay attention to did I sock him back? No kid is worth my job, man. I will say that no kid's worth my job. But I've been doing my own research, following the NCAA, following the pattern of what's been going on. And so all these coaches under the Harbaugh regime have been getting these suspensions, show causes. I mean, I get that the Matt Weiss thing had nothing to do with the football program. But at the end of the day, the University of Michigan is connected to that. And this is like what you were talking about with the board yesterday. You're saying the board of regents are weak, they're spineless. And, so I think that at the end of the day, if, Sharon Moore gets a show cause and there's sanctions about to be handed down the actual program where, players didn't do anything, good amount of the other staff didn't do anything. They're innocent. I think at the end of the day, and here's the kicker, the board of regents, they will offer Sharon Moore's job in order to make the rest go away.
You think they're gonna sacrifice Sharon Moore?
I really do, man, because it's just like, okay, like what can we do to make this go away? It seems like they've been going after coaches only under Harbaugh. They went after Harbaugh himself. You know, we did these negotiations.
Partridge.
Yeah, Partridge, and you know, obviously Stallions. So it's just like, okay, we don't want actual sanctions on the program. There's one more coach on the chopping block who is a part of that regime. We get rid of this and we make this go away forever, and that's it. So that's what I think is going to happen. I don't think that, you know, this gigantic hammer is going to happen again. You know, I don't really, I mean, it's great entertainment to listen to. I will say that, but I like to do my own research, formulate my own thoughts.
Yeah,
and
as every
another thing, like
as every American should, you know, that is the right approach, my friend.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Just too many people, they latch on to what they read right away, especially in the media. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, because just like you were talking about yesterday, you know, it seems like the Board of Regents, they have this hierarchy of priorities. You know, it's ideology. You know, then like again, you know, I know that Matt Weiss has what he did had nothing to do with the football program, but just like the university is being sued with that. They're like, oh my gosh, you know, Harbaugh, staffer, another headache. You know, we're being sued for like what I think I saw in the lawsuit, like $40 million or so. And just like, okay, like we're done with this. And they're probably in their heads thinking like, we gave a man way too much power. And so yeah, that's just my thoughts. I don't know what you guys think, but yeah, that's just what I think. Like he's gonna be gone. They're just gonna be done with it.
The only thing that it depends if the NCAA really sticks to this double offender shit. That's where I'm like, I don't know how it's gonna go for Sharon. You know, because double offenders do get show caused.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
I was gonna say that's the only thing. Like, I don't know if they're gonna make that argument or not, and maybe this is why Michigan's trying to be proactive with the 2-game suspension. I don't know, but I agree with you, Rob, that it's likely going to be it's not gonna be some hammer. But if there's anyone who's on the chopping block, it's probably a Sharon one. But I'll tell you this: if they do use Sharon as like a sacrificial lamb, you know,
grimy.
But they're already on that time, bro. They're already on that grimy time. We see what they're doing with the New York Times shit, bro. So
yeah, it would be grimy and it would look real bad, but at the end of the day, we would have to take it.
Yeah. But you know, speaking of that New York Times stuff, man, dude, that's wild, dude. Like here's this president of the university, who's trying to do something like great, you know, for the university itself, and then they're trying to ruin a good thing because they have some, you know, hidden agenda. I'm gonna be honest right now, man. That's basically like that's all levels of education, just elementary, middle school, high school, college. They all have their, and I hope no one from like my work is watching this or just anybody from the district I work in, but they all have, every district has their agenda that gets in the way of just education in general, like the greater good. Right. And that is exactly why the United States is currently 40th in the world in education. Like they're no longer up there because all this, I don't want to get political, but I'm just going to say it, like all this nonsense is getting in the way.
That's the word.
Yeah, you're good. You know what? Like I think we're being careful and mindful of the political discourse, and But I think we can also just be honest and call things as they are. Like we know, like the unfortunate thing is that a lot of things that could be better and should be better than they are, and the reason why they're not is because of political agendas. Because everyone's like, not every, but like, there's just a lot of it, and those political agendas come before the greater good, and that's the unfortunate thing of the reality. You know, and we are just as Michigan fans, and you being an observer of as a rival, we're just experiencing one that just happened in real time. That's all. So unfortunate, but Rob, I want to let you know, man, don't be a stranger, bro. You can call in anytime you want. All right, you're welcome here. You could tell us about any kids punching you in the face. We're here for it, bro.
We're here for you.
Yeah, you can come here and vent, bro. We're here for you. Hey, was he a Michigan fan? He was a Michigan fan, wasn't he?
I highly doubt that this kid has ever doesn't even know what football is, man. But dude, I will tell you, dude. So today, when I was in the fifth grade class, you know, I'm taking a year off. I'm a permanent building sub. I work in a, you know, I have a main school, and you know, I just go from classroom to classroom. They're Michigan fans. They know I'm an Ohio State fan. So every now and then they come to my desk and they go like this and imitate Michigan playing the flag. And they come up to me and imitate Michigan playing the flag. And I'm just like, dude, all I can do is laugh, man.
Yeah, of course.
So, because my principal and everybody else knows that, you know, there's a couple of Buckeyes in the building. So when Ohio State lost, they all came and visited me. And they're like, "Are you okay? Just coming to check on you." But they actually mocking the loss and everything. It was hilarious, man. But yeah, you know, those are my thoughts on just the so-called quote unquote this giant hammer. And here's the thing, man. So I tried to like email the NCAA with questions.
Yeah.
And the email I got back is, we cannot talk about ongoing investigations. And just like, how are these other people getting information from the NCAA?
It's being leaked. I mean, it's being leaked by someone. It's either being leaked.
Somebody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
And if it's from the NCAA, that goes against their rules. And I don't know. It's interesting. You know, I'll say this. There's an individual, there's some people who speculate that maybe Michigan leaked this one, and I don't know what the advantage would be. But if Michigan did leak it, that goes against NCAA guidelines, obviously. So I don't know. It's a wild game right now. I'm just waiting. I'm ready for it to be done. I'll be real with you as a fan. But all right, Rob, I appreciate you. I got some more callers here, and we are $18 away. Hey, don't be a stranger, brother. All right.
Yeah, definitely, man. All right, later, guys.
All right, have a good day at school tomorrow.
Thanks.
TJ is sick.
I'm serious, man. Fridays, shit. Get out while you can, bro. You know what I mean? One more day, you'll get there. Summer vacation's coming, Rob.
Rex.
Especially the Michigan fans throwing. Oh, I think we got our second hour, by the way. Let's read our super chats and show some love to our community, Johnny.
All right, let me get water.
All right, I'll get it going. We got Elijah here. The article posted about Santona was false, and sources are saying they were going over his salary. In it, it says that he must give 50% of his earnings to Samaj the Flame Morgan and Fred no more. Fred no more. Don't fact check me. We won't. We'll take your word for it, Elijah. We know you know. We know you know, Elijah. We know you know. GT $5 super chat. I heard that Stans and more forgot to celebrate Charlie Baker's birthday in their text exchange, so I think the death penalty is on the table. It wouldn't surprise me, GT. It really wouldn't. I could see it. All right, so we got Detective Loki here with the gifted membership. Thank you, Detective Loki. Appreciate you. We got Elijah Bowman here. I guess Connor Stallion stole the same sign from Ohio State's defense because Michigan kept spamming the inside zone on the offense. Yeah, maybe Ohio State. Well, we'll see how Ohio State's defense looks with his new defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I think not good. But that's me. We got the $2 super chat. I guess OSU meant the Bob the Builder hammer. You know they meant the Bob the Builder. Listen,
a little squeaky.
Ryan Day said he'll hang 100. You know he meant over 5 years, 10 years, right? Like
it ain't guaranteed that they're gonna get it this year.
What are they at total? Do we know? Do we even know it?
Pretty close, about 80.
Yeah, I'm sure Moose knows. Moose, what are they at? What are they at? How far away are they from 100 since Ryan Day decided to talk that shit?
23, 27, 24. And
they're 84 away. No way.
No, they probably at 84.
Oh,
So
they're
they
at
need
84. So 16 away.
So that ain't
Well,
guaranteed for them.
2 more years for them. All right. We got Detective Loki gifted. Another gifted. Thank you, Detective Loki. Detective Loki building our community up. We have B Dub, $20 super chat. Thank you, B Dub. I know you work hard for your money, brother. I do. It just as everybody who contributes. I know everyone's working hard for the money, and we appreciate it. 1999 super chat. I do find it fucked up that Michigan did not conduct an exit interview with Connor, meaning Michigan plans to pin this all on Connor course. Hints to why they would do anything to get out of this. Bro, I'm going to tell you right now. I have the, and you know, if anyone wants to call me out on my shit, go for it. You know, this is a call-in show. You are free. If anyone disagrees with me, you are free to, you know, we'll have a respectable conversation. But I'm just going to say this right now. My expectations for these, like I've talked a lot of good about the regions. So, the regions we're aligned. You know, things are rolling in the same direction. We're finally aboard. Michigan's starting to hum. My thoughts on the regions are, I don't think they're competent. So, you know, I think they'll make the worst decisions because that's just seems to be their status quo. So we'll just have to see though. You know, I guess prove me wrong. Detective Loki gifted another membership. Thank you, Detective Loki, for your generosity. We got Elijah Bowman here with the $4.99 super chat. Santono's new contract required him to give Samaj Morgan and Fred Moore a foot massage, and his social security. Wait, and his SSN, Social Security Network, or what's SSN?
Social Security number.
All right, number. All right, my bad. All right, yeah. And dipped. Not surprised. The regions are petty. I wouldn't be surprised, Elijah. We got the gifted membership here from Tom Bouchard. Where you been, Tom? It's been a minute. Good to see you, brother. Elijah Bowman in the house again. Pete Thamel be drooling and ovulating in ESPN's office, waiting to bash Michigan. You never know these days. You know, maybe he's going through a transition. Anyways, all right. So we have a lot of super chats. I meant to tally this up to see where we are going on to our third hour, but you guys really came through. We appreciate that. We're going to take our next caller because our guy, Timothy Redmond, has been waiting very patiently, and he is ready to talk some football. What's up, big dog?
What's up? You like the screen?
Yeah. What is the screen? You got Ohio State, you got Michigan. What are we looking at?
This is they at the Rose Bowl, battling on the field at the Rose Bowl.
Okay, who wins the game, Timothy?
Oh yeah, the video. Me and Sam, we did it. All of the information we searched up, they lost. Ohio State, they lost.
There we go.
They lost to the national title, Ohio State. In me and Sam's collab video, they lost to our national title team.
Yeah, there's no reason they could beat them.
No.
So how'd your show go with Sam? Was it fun?
Oh, it went good.
Okay.
I learned some things from him before, but yeah. Before we went live, we had a few conversations in the backstage.
Oh yeah. You want to talk about those conversations? Or those private
he told me some things about his channel and why he started it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Sam's a good dude, man. I'm a fan of him. He's a nice guy, smart guy, very analytical.
Yeah.
Yeah, very analytical.
Oh yeah, this video.
He's a sharp ass dude, man. He's a sharp
I've been
dude.
wanting to show y'all because ever since this Alabama dude came out with the videos, he was now he was taking shots at every the Michigan fan, and we are included.
Who's that? Kangaroo Black?
Dissing us.
Who's dissing who?
But talking about our national title run is fake. We still living in the past that we really didn't win it in 23.
I got a couple videos.
Only one.
I'm sorry, Johnny. Who's he talking about?
Kangaroo Black. He's a Bama fan. He's a Bama fan.
Whatever.
I cooked him already. I don't
know what, Timothy? F him, Timothy. Don't worry about him.
Yeah.
He just needs someone to talk to. So he's talking to a
camera. I mean, he's the same as he's the same as an Ohio State fan right now. Bama, they got beat twice in 1 year, so he's salty about it. And both times he thought they were gonna blow us out of the water. He's got the country accent. That doggone Michigan, I'm gonna blow that with my Alabama Crimson Tide. We gonna blow that Michigan team on out. They don't want to see my Tide, all that stuff. I roasted him to a crisp already.
Bro, he's always got another one. Bro, he's just mad. He lost twice to us in 1 year. That's all. He's salty as hell. We ended Nick Saban's career. He's just a salty fan because we ruined his little dynasty. So no big deal. Whatever. He'll be all right.
Bama fans, Ohio State fans, and Michigan State fans, they all got a little group of misery.
Yeah. Crybaby activities. Let's give a shout out here to Hilo Key, gifted 1 membership. Shout out to you.
I pulled up my video with me and Sam. Let's check it out. I pulled it up.
Oh, you pulled it up?
Yeah.
Because LSU has enough NFL players on defense, Michigan isn't going to be able to convert third downs all day long like McCarthy was used to. And eventually the defense is going to break with how good that offense was. It's just, it wouldn't be close. And then 2001 Miami's the same way. None of those offenses, whether it's 2024 Ohio State or 2023 Michigan, none of those offenses are putting.
I'm sorry, Timothy. What?
We kind of got off topic there when somebody had asked us a question. They were able to debate the 2 Georgia teams or the Miami the.
Yeah, I know you're kind of breaking up there. I didn't quite hear you, Timothy. You said you got off topic. You were talking about the Georgia teams.
Yeah, the reason why that we got off the topic, that we were going to include them anyway, but the reason why we started to talk about Miami and Georgia and LSU, somebody had typed in the comments between the last 2 national title team, would they be able to be the last 2 Georgia national title, including that one time that the year that Ohio State had lost to Miami.
Okay.
And then we said that Michigan, they probably could. The Michigan, they probably will have a better chance of keeping it close. But we both said that Ohio State, they might get a butt whooping.
Might get a butt whooping. Were you hitting your belt right there, Timothy? Were you smacking the belt right there?
Yeah,
butt whooping.
There you go. All right, Timothy. Well, how about this, man? So we're up against it because we have another caller. Let everybody know where they can find you. Let them know about your YouTube channel and when you do your shows. Let everybody know.
Okay. The name of my YouTube channel, before I tell you, I need about 2 more subscribers will put me at 50. So right, the name of my channel is called.
Let's do it right now. Let's get 2 more subscribers right now. I'll pull your channel.
Redman, the Michigan, the football show. Okay. So yeah. So on Fridays at 8:00, I'm gonna be doing a nighttime live, but not this Friday. We're starting the following Fridays. I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be going live at 8:00. But then on Sundays, I'm gonna do a 12:00 show. Wednesdays, I might do a 5:00 show, but that's not set in stone. But the 8 o'clock show on Friday and the 12 o'clock show on Sundays. I'm going to do that, and coming soon there will be some regular videos coming soon. But
Hey Timothy, we got you to
yeah,
53 subscribers, buddy.
wow.
There you go, man. Congratulations.
Support
Let's make that 55.
Support our brother Tim. Everybody in the chat, go subscribe. It's free. It don't cost you no money to go subscribe.
There you go. Support our friend.
Before I had clicked on your show, I was on the show with Garrison. And me and him, we brought up the Jim knows the incident.
Oh yeah,
because Jim knows he felt like that he was being used, but just to bring home a national title, the trophy.
Yeah,
after they won it, they really didn't want him no more.
Well, and they didn't want to pay him.
The fan base, they felt like that he betrayed them by coaching with one of the enemies.
Yeah, so I mean, I think what Knowles did was a good move for him because Ohio State didn't appreciate him. But all right, Timothy, we gotta get to our next caller here, brother. But
and one more thing, we don't need Knowles. You want to know why? Because we got Wink, and Wink is better.
Well, yeah, of course it's better. We got and Wink's better than Patricia. But hey, Timothy, guess what? You're at 61 now, buddy.
Oh, okay, wow.
All right, man. We're gonna get you there. We'll help you get there.
Let's get him to 1,000. Let's get him to 1,000.
We'll try and help you get it monetized, buddy. All right, but all right, Timothy.
Once I get 1,000, I'll be making money off of it now.
There you go.
Let's get this man to 1,000.
Yeah, we'll help you along the way, Timothy. You know, we got a long season ahead of us. We'll keep supporting you, man. But all right, Timothy, we'll talk to you next week, okay?
Okay.
All right, go blue, buddy.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. Timothy,
I think. All right, I think Jim Knowles is playing a long game with Penn State. I think he's gonna be the head coach there.
And shout out to everybody for supporting Timothy here, man. You know, we know Timothy loves football. And look at this, man. Like, he doesn't got to do that, but that's very nice of him. So shout out to Timothy. We appreciate you, buddy. A true diehard. Showed up at the spring game with his family. I should have told him to send his mom for us because his mom was very nice also. All right, let's we got some super chats, so let's show some love to our community here and give a shout out to our friends. Let's see. We were right here. MGO Blue 1337. Thoughts on our freshman wide receiver core? Marsh, Browder show a lot of promise. Think once they grow and get their body control down, they're going to be a problem. Johnny, I'll let you take it first if you want, but I'll follow up after that.
I agree. I think they're going to be problems. Hopefully they can come along this year. That's asking a lot from freshman receivers, but hopefully at least one of them can come along and make a difference this year and contribute.
Yeah,
we need him.
Yeah, for sure. And maybe Browder's the guy. I mean, so
that's who I think it is.
Andrew Marsh, Jamar Browder. I mean, they got noise in spring ball and a lot of hype for Jamar Browder out of all of them, which is interesting because of where he was ranked. But I mean, if anyone watched our show and watched, I did a player analysis on him. I mean, I was high on him from the get. I mean, he has amazing hands. Again, body control grows, gains a little bit of. If he develops his route running ability, he's going to be a very good wide receiver. I think we have two good ones. I think we have two very good ones who will be contributors at some point. Hopefully this year we see some of that. So, yeah, I like him, though. I'm a fan. I am. We'll see how they do, though. All right, our next super chat, we got Tree Dog in the house. Shout out to our friend we met at the spring game. This show is way better than this show. There you go, Johnny. This show's way better with Johnny as the co-host.
Appreciate it, Tree Dog.
Yeah, I love having Johnny as a co-host, man. I mean, me and Johnny, shit. Do you remember the first time you came on here? When do you think that was? That was probably sometime in the summer, maybe, huh? Or maybe the season?
I think it was sometime during the season.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Early on in the season, I think.
Yeah, man. Ever since, I don't know. Me and Johnny just always, I don't know. I thought we've always had good shows. That's why I wanted to have him on. Plus, I just like Johnny's approach to shit. I like when he goes off on people. So yeah, definitely. I'm glad. That's the whole point, though. I wanted to make this. I just wanted to make this, an even better call-in show, and I thought Johnny was the right fit. So again, Johnny, glad to have you on board, brother.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
All right, so we have, and I got to update this. We got one more caller. I got Cortez Muhammad. I believe he's a first-time caller, so let's give a shout out to him. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, TJ and Jo, this is Corey G, man. I had to do my account over. They kicked me off for some reason.
Okay.
I guess all the, not the political, but like I told you, I know my history. So when I go on some message boards or whatever, I just, state the facts, and, they don't like shit like that. So.
Yeah, no, sometimes they don't, bro.
Yeah. Hey, I just want to give a shout out to Rob, that Ohio State fan. I like him because he's not biased like Garrison is. I call him the politician. I started that shit. And and I know he's probably a cool dude and all that, man, but I hate the double talking and not true facts. You know what I'm saying? So I'll mess with him on the message boards and stuff like that all day long and stuff like that. But I just want to let you two brothers know, man, I respect y'all because y'all don't do shit for clickbait like the youngsters say. You know what I mean? Like I want when I talk about sports, that's a getaway for all of us men and women. You know what I mean? And we just want to hear about sports, not made up shit, false shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I met a lot of cool ass Ohio State fans, on my fucking journey in life. But I just don't like the ones, and I know we have them too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But not as bad as them, because when you got to talk about that brother that passed away, Michi, and say the shit they said, that shit is evil, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah,
something wrong with you to even think to do something like that, bro.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, have some human decency,
bro. I don't understand it. I don't understand. Like, why would you? Like, what are you getting out of that? Like, and that's the thing. That's another thing too. Is like, to your point, Corey, is I run into some Buckeyes too, where it's like they just want to be agitators. They just want to stir shit up. Like, what the fuck are you getting out of it?
Exactly.
Like, if you want to talk the rivalry, that's one thing, but at least stick with reality of the rivalry. Don't, like, I don't understand. Like, I have two individuals right now who are essentially mosquitoes to me. They're annoying, but they don't mean anything, right? At the end of the day, like, they're minuscule, but at the same time, they're annoying. They're buzzing in my ear. But like, I don't get it. Like, I don't come to you, you come to me, and you're annoying as shit. Yeah, but then to the people, like, there's another dude, I can't remember his name, but I'm sure someone in the chat knows who it is. Every single time there's an interaction or he wants to comment, he goes, "Oh, pedo defender." It's like,
it's
bro,
it's childish, man. You're talking to grown women and men. You know what I'm saying? And I love y'all's panel, man. And I'm just, to me, man, I like real dudes that talk about real shit. Yeah, we don't got to get political and all that. We know how touchy that is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can be here all day with that shit, but like, to me, I don't mean to cut you off, TJ, but
you're good.
Like, I'll put it on the line. My real name is Shahid Khalid Muhammad. I was born Muslim. My mother, I tell you where my mom's from. She's from Somalia. My dad from Jamaica. But my trouble passed or whatever, which, hey, it is what it is. I changed my shit. You know what I mean? But to me, like, people got to stop waking up and understand how shit is instead of living in a fishbowl. Like, my wife likes to call people like that, you were just talking about, parasites.
Yeah, man.
Perfect fucking word for them. You know what I'm saying? To me, let's get on here. Let's have fun. I took so much shit from Ohio State fans when we were getting our ass stomped. You know what I'm saying? But I'll take it on the chin. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And they got bragging rights if their teams, like, here's what, like, our team's gonna be doing the talking. Like, we're gonna defend our team, talk our ish, but like, our team's got to step up on the field, because if we lose in November, guess what? Ohio State has bragging rights.
Right. And we don't want to hear that bullshit, but it is what it is. Like, to me, like, I remember Garrison coming on there talking about, oh, we're the bigger brand. I said, listen, dude, we won 9 in a row with y'all. If you look up your history, y'all won 8, but they took 1 away from that Terrell Pryor shit. If y'all remember that. We got more national championships. Let me tell you something. I've been all over this world, not just the United States. And I have came across so many Michigan fans. And it was somebody dude in the chat on Johnny's live one time saying, oh, no, Notre Dame has the biggest thing. I said, you're missing the point. You're just going on for what you read and shit. Go out there with your own two eyes and your own two
Right.
ears and pay attention.
Right.
Because everywhere I go, dog, I hear a go blue. I'm a truck driver. This is why I didn't put, I'm out on the camera because I'm in their truck.
Oh, no shit, man.
I go to Ohio all the time. I remember one time my wife was with me and I had my Michigan sweater on. I walked in that Walmart and people just look or whatever. Some people say, what's up? You know what I'm saying? All that. Nobody really acted like a dick. Because I'll tell you one thing. You run up on me, brother. I kickboxed for 7.5 years. I will knock your fucking head off. You know what I'm saying? So don't do that. And I'm not all about violence. You know what I'm saying? But to me, sports is sports. It's called entertainment.
Facts.
It's not mean to hate and try to hurt somebody over a game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
I grew up in South Central LA. I've been to Dodger games when they're beating people senseless over a sport. Like, stop that shit. That it doesn't make any sense. To me, the only way I'm gonna hurt you if you run up on me and try to put your hands on me. You can say whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, like, just stop. But Michigan, I don't care what anybody says, Michigan is the biggest brand in the world. It don't have to be all about sales and stuff like that. I'm talking about the local, real fan base. And like I said, I could be wrong, but I'm just going on for what I see with my own two eyes because they don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My mother used to always tell us, man, believe half of what you read and all but what you see. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just want to keep letting y'all know, man, I respect y'all's platform, man. It's real sports talk. And you got my man J.O. on. I finally got to know you, TJ, man. I missed the spring game, but I'm coming next year, so I hope y'all out there because I'm going to be there. That's my dream. Like I told y'all before, I've been a fan since Harbaugh played there. So that's always been my dream to come to a Michigan, to the big house and all that. You know what I'm saying? And meet you brothers and stuff like that. And Johnny, I'm in Memphis where he used to live. Hey, Johnny, man, if you ever out here, brother, you ever pop back out here, hit me up, brother. I like to catch up with you. You know what I mean? You remind me, I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry about it. You remind me of one of my brothers. I got 5 older brothers. And the laid backness and, you're straight to the point and you think before you talk and you let it be known and how you get on that ass. I respect that. Same thing with you, TJ.
Appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it, man. And look, I agree. We agree. I think we agree philosophically about what sports is about. And that's why I try to, like, my intent is to have a community where a Buckeye could come on here and we could talk ball, even if we don't agree, or if there's somebody who has a different opinion than myself. I want to have a conversation. I'm not trying to get sensitive about shit and be in my feelings and not be able to have a conversation with somebody. But, then when you have childish individuals who want to do childish things, then that's where the issue is. And then to your point, Corey, to your point, my guy, where you're like, I'm not trying to cause violence with anybody, but you better believe if you break into my house, it's game over.
Oh, no doubt. Like I said,
where I'm at. Like,
right.
I have a philosophy that I live by where it's better to be a warrior in the garden, right, than a gardener in the war, right? So absolutely. If war comes, then we handle it, but we don't go looking for it. You know what I mean?
No doubt. And it's crazy, and I don't mean this in no, terrorist way, anything like that, but my mother raised me and my brothers to be, I don't want to say soldiers, but like to be prepared for life.
Right.
Living, protecting yourself, all
That's
that
real.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I don't have a problem with anybody. If you're good people, I'll mess with you. If you're not, there's no in between with me. You know what I'm saying? So to me, like, just treat somebody like you want to be treated.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And to me, like, the way you guys handle yourself, man, I like that. I don't just mess with anybody. I cut my circle down so much that it's not even funny anymore. Like, my wife is my best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hang out with nobody out here. I'm 51 years old. I'm past all that BS. You know what I'm saying? I see young brothers out here, man, just trying their best to get through and all that. And I respect that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we got to wake up and stop believing all this BS that you hear on the news and all that. Stop. You gotta use your own 2 eyes to figure out what's going on and pay attention. That's it. To me, you sit back long enough, somebody will exactly tell you who the hell they are. All you got to do is pay attention.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
I'm in action.
I mean, because I don't watch these Ohio podcasts. I watched a couple just to see, and you see some of the titles. It's like, I seen one today talking about, oh, Bryce is leaving Michigan or something. I didn't read the whole thing, but I'm sitting there like, why do you gotta feel like you gotta put something up like that?
I'm seeing that shit, bro. That's wild. I don't even know where that's
They
coming
live
from.
off the clickbait. They live off.
Exactly. Thank you, Johnny. Because anytime I tune into both of y'all's podcasts, I never see none of that shit. And that's why I said what I said to y'all. I respect y'all because y'all don't do that and you don't have to.
If I heard something, I'd say it, but I've heard nothing about that, you know.
And you know what, TJ? I don't mean cut you off. Sorry about that. But you say it in a minute. Like, yo, dude, prove me if I'm wrong. I will admit that I'm wrong. I'm the same way with that. You know what I'm saying? To me, if I'm wrong, excuse me, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm right, we can go head up all day long. And that's what I love about you two brothers, because you be like, all right, you want to go at it? I know my facts is facts. You know what I'm saying? Don't come out here saying you got facts when you don't have facts. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem I have with dude, the politician. Like, you could tell he's a smart dude, but stop acting like you got to get a rise out of people just to get attention. And I hope he's listening, because I'm saying it to you.
He's going to be coming up in a little bit, actually.
Oh, for real? That's cool.
Yeah, he's 2 callers away.
That's cool, because you know what? I know you can hear me. And come on, man, just be real. Let's have a good conversation. This is why the brother, my man out of New York and shit, the maniac, and that other brother, Steve, get in that ass because you say dumb shit just to rile people up. And you know what? Stop with that shit that he's getting emotional. I seen in the comments. Stop that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I lived in New York for 3.5 years, brother. Let me tell you something. And I'm original Northern. I'm from Boston originally. And that's just how we are. It's not emotion. It's us letting you know what time it is, and you don't like it, then pull your pants up and stop peeing on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Stop. You know what I'm saying? Because real men, huh?
I was gonna say Corey G just spitting it right now, bro.
For real, Corey, man, to me,
Corey G up here cooking.
Hey, Johnny, I'm not even trying to disrespect him. So if he takes it that way, it is what it is, brother. I speak how I speak. You know what I'm saying? So, huh?
Hey, Corey, before we get you out of here, Marmar wants to say what up to you.
I know. Thank you for saying that, because I was ready to say, hey, big ups to my man, Marmar Rastafari, brother.
What's up, man?
What's going on, man? Hey,
man, I just wanted to say what up, man. Hey, appreciate you.
Hey, no doubt. Hey, let me tell you something,
turn that
man.
down, Marmar. Are you shooting people, bro?
Hey, hey, I was telling my wife about you. My best friend is Jamaican and Haitian, man. Y'all look alike. Y'all got dreads.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
Marmar, we can hear your game.
UAV established overhead.
Ah, hey,
I gotta put you in war right now. I gotta make sure you're there, brother.
Hey, I ain't never met Marmar, but I feel like I've known the brother forever. So, hey, respect to you, my brother.
Marmar's a good dude, man. He's a good dude.
Oh, hell yeah, he is, man. But I'm not gonna hold up too much time, man. I'm gonna be back on soon. So, man, I just want to catch up with you, brothers, man. And like I said, Johnny, man, if you ever come to Memphis, man, let me know, brother, man. We'll hook up.
I got you. I appreciate you, bro.
All right,
hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good one, man.
Yeah, you have a good weekend, man. Hey, safe travels, brother.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. Y'all take it easy.
Yes, sir. Go blue.
Go blue.
Go blue.
Hey, shout out to my truckers out there, bro. My dad was a trucker my whole life, so I respect the truckers. I respect the road drivers and the city drivers. So shout out to all of you.
Truck drivers keep the U.S. economy rolling.
Yes, sir.
You don't have no groceries without them. None of your Amazon, all that stuff. You're sick without them. Show some love.
Yeah. When the trains, the trucks, and the boats stop, chaos ensues, my friend. But all right, let's get Dom up here. Dom's calling in. How we doing, Dom? What's up, my guy?
Hi, gentlemen. Thanks for having me, TJ. It's my first time up.
I know. I've seen you around. I've always asked myself.
I broke out the special gear for you, TJ.
I like it.
Oh, he done broke out the exclusive.
I've always asked myself, why does Dom not call my show? But no, I'm just messing, Dom. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, and the fact that I'm here, it's because of your fabulous co-host.
Hey, you're not wrong. He's a champ. He's a star.
Question for you, TJ. When are you going to come to Johnny's Sunday afternoon cook-offs? I mean, they get a little spicy, man.
I've been to one, I think.
He was on one a while
I'll have
ago.
to make another one. John, dude, those things go like hours. How long do you go for, Johnny?
They've been going for like 3.5, 4 hours. One of them went like 4.5.
Yeah, I'll have to make another one.
It's just a couple things in the questions, I should say. But me and Maniac were going back and forth in the comment section with an Ohio State fan, and the whole thing is, Bryce is going to leave,
Yeah.
And the way that you snuff that out with an Ohio State fan is, we don't know, but what we do know, we don't need Bryce to beat Ohio State, and that just kind of flatlines it right there.
It's true.
I want to make sure I get his name wrong. Larry Ellison, is that correct?
Yeah.
The owner of Oracle.
That's right.
His wife, 2012 graduate from the University of Michigan.
That's right.
Was there during the lean years. We have all this speculation about Ward and the NCAA and strategy, and all that stuff. In my mind, those type of people like Larry Ellison, they spin the globe. And I really can't fathom him dropping $10 million or whatever it was substantial.
Right.
To get Bryce to come to Michigan, to have Michigan entangled in some sort of probation and so forth. But if that happens, I'll depart on this one. 2 games, who do you have as head coach? But if it's 4 games, who would you have as head coach and why? That's what I have for you guys. And thank you very much for having me up.
All right, Dom, don't be a stranger, my friend.
Dom be having that exclusive player type gear. Like he on the team, he coaching.
He had somebody, who was it? Somebody asked, where's Dom getting that quarter zip at?
He was. I'm starting to think Dom was coaching. He was on this coaching staff in 2023 or something.
Right here. Ask Dom where he bought that quarter zip.
So he said, who's gonna coach? I think it's gonna be Biff. I would go with Biff because I want Wink and I want Chip Lindsey to focus on coordinating.
You need a captain of the ship, right? And Biff has head coaching experience. He was a head coach of Charlotte, obviously a head coach at the high school level, which I know is not the same, but still you have the same principles in terms of formulating game plans, making sure, you need a leader of men to be a coach. And you need your X's and O's, your architects, your brilliant minds at your coordinator position. So if it was me and it was a 4-game suspension, I'd have Bill Poggi as the interim head coach for those 4 games. I agree with you, Johnny. We're on the same page.
Yeah. I think maybe that's why they brought him back also.
That'd be interesting if it was that proactive, if they were that proactive to where they're like, well, just in case he gets suspended, we need to have somebody here. Maybe. Because I don't think Chip Lindsey's ready for it. He's just got here. Wink, you really want him just to focus on the defense. Like it's just too critical.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's got to be Biff. I don't even know who else you would even think of.
Nobody. Nobody I could think of.
Maybe no. I'll say maybe Lou Esposito, but only because I like him. I don't know. I wouldn't. It's got to be Biff. Yeah, I got it too. Let me read Blue Wolverine super chat. My bad. We got Blue Wolverine 49. Johnny Sunday's lives are like slow cooker dish. He stirs the pot, sticks it back for a few hours, and watches things heat up. Yeah, Johnny's always cooking that shit, bro. Always cooking that shit.
The slow cooker. It'll be ready in about 3 or 4 hours.
Falling off the bone. All right, we got Garrison coming up next. So now, all right, so we got Corey G's perspective. Now we're gonna get our guy Garrison in the house. All right. A host on the Ohio State at the Voice of College Football channel, literally the face of many shows. Let's get him up here. A friend of mine. Garrison's a friend of mine. I do call a friend. Garrison, how we doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
What
man.
up,
how
Garrison?
Let's go, Johnny. Oh, I'm happy. Look at Johnny in the Voice of College Football. It makes me happy.
Isn't that sweet? Oh, that's sweet, right? Whole crew's getting sweeter and sweeter.
No, I haven't gotten to really hear TJ your perspective. I know I have. I listened to you guys. I don't know what happened on the 2-game suspension. A question I had was, do you believe if they were going to do that, they should have just done this a year ago?
All right. Johnny asked the same question earlier when you were doing your show, Garrison. But here's the thing: the notice of allegations didn't get presented to Michigan till November. So how could they? Right? It didn't get presented till November, and then Michigan did the 90-day response and asked for an extension.
I more so mean just do a suspension, call it gravy. Like my eyes, like I think the perfect games would have been like do the Alabama game and do the first game of the season against, was that New Mexico State or New Mexico?
Do the Alabama game.
Well,
no way.
With TJ, let's. You guys remember though, there were some Wolverine fans that were saying, "Yeah, skip the Alabama game," to point that as a suspension game. There were some fans that thought that.
I don't recall that. I'll just say this. Should they have done something last year? I mean, it's so hindsight 2020, but of course, because last year was kind of a bad year, why not take your L then? I mean, it is what it is, though, man. I don't know. I mean, I'll be real. I don't care that he's suspended games 3 and 4. Nebraska doesn't scare me, and I don't think I need Sharon for Nebraska. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we can't lose. Let me just make this very clear. I'm not saying that's not a losable game.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
But I just, Rule is a questionable coach. Raiola is still talented, but not proven. I mean, and then what's our week 3 game? What is that? Central Michigan.
Hey, that's an whoa. That's a huge in-state rivalry game that must be respected. Of that, of the team from the gambling village over there in Mount Pleasant.
That's right. I've been there. Soaring Eagle.
Yep. Shout out to Central. We used to go there party. Went up there and partied a few times.
That's the one spot I never went to for partying.
At the college. I mean, I'm in high school.
I'm not saying I wouldn't go. I would have. If the opportunity presented itself, I would have went.
Yeah,
I just went like Western State, Michigan, Eastern.
And now, what do you guys? What's your guys like from as Michigan fans? What's your guys? If any of you guys read the article from Heather Dinich on Jim Knowles or got some cuss of that news?
I didn't. I haven't read I've missed. I've been so busy, bro. I've not seen any Sam Webb or Isaiah Hole videos or any Heather Dinich articles.
Okay,
present it for us. What was it
about? So on Jim Knowles. So they did a sit down interview, essentially about why he left Ohio State for Penn State, and I've been someone who's kind of like defended Jim Knowles to the heel against Ohio State fans who got mad at him. But then, like I said, he had his reasons for leaving, and I was okay with that. But then I look at what was reported, him talking about how, first off, he was trying to negotiate his contract during the playoff, like a few games for the national championship. Stupid. Mm-hmm. And then, and like Johnny, we had this conversation before. We were talking about Nico. And like I refer back to like when Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith are talking about, when you negotiate your contract, you negotiate it to where you can't ask for more, but they can't ask you for less. So you honor it. And so I really think it was bad of him to do that during the national championship run. And then then he said he was mad about the fact that the amount it was, but then talked about how we weren't going to give him what Penn State gave him. You called Penn State 2 days before, or a few days after the national championship, and he called James Franklin at 5:06 a.m. in the morning. 5:06 a.m. in the morning.
We know that, huh?
He said he did. He said he did.
Okay.
This is a sit down with Heather Dinich.
Said all of this?
What?
He said all this?
Listen, and then he talked about, he said, and this was the most egregious thing. He said there was a lot of finger pointing going on after the 32-31 loss to Oregon. Yes. Yeah. What, like, because it's like people forget, in the back of Ohio State football fans' mind, you think back to like 2023. I won't get that mad at him about, but we think back to 2022 and that in the game against you guys, the big plays. We think back to the game against Georgia when you gave up all those plays. You essentially cost us an easy national championship game, Jim Knowles. So yes,
I'd argue your kicker, but all right.
Well,
I mean, they had a 14-point lead 2 or 3 times.
We wasted away C.J. Stroud's greatest game ever. The only way you can do that is by not stopping the other team.
Yeah.
So when you think about, like, imagine if we had gave him that contract, and then Notre Dame completes that comeback.
That would have been so sweet.
No, bro, and oh, shut up.
So he wasn't willing to negotiate after the season ended.
No, bro, he was upset he was upset that we did not renegotiate before the national championship, and then he talked about how awkward it was for him to not be able when Ryan Day said for him not to come to the parade. No, why do we want you there?
I don't know.
So did he have the job before the parade or after?
No,
he reached out before he reached out. Dude, listen. He was reaching out before the game, and then he called James Franklin 2 days after and basically solidified having the job. He had the job. Basically, he had the job before the national championship.
So, all right. So here's what I'll say. I think it's kind of crazy that Knowles held a grudge for not negotiating before the national championship, but I think it's also crazy Ryan Day wouldn't let him celebrate with the team on the parade.
If you told us that if we know that you were just on the phone with James Franklin and Penn State and you're negotiating a contract with them currently, why do we have you there?
He helped y'all win the championship.
He won a national title, and those kids that he won it with, like those memories, like it'll never be again, bro. Like,
yeah, when we had the reunion,
because of Knowles, you help like
he won't be there.
He can be there at the reunion 10 years from now.
It's not the same.
And then, guys, honestly, like there are a lot of Ohio State fans being emotional to this, but if I'm being quite honest, it's clear as day that Ryan Day felt a way about this too, because in the interview with Josh Pate, right, that he had just recently or last week, he said in there and talking about Jim Knowles leaving basically, and talking about Fat Milk Dub Boy and your running back coach. We're talking about him. Talking about him, right? And he said, and Ryan Day said,
Doreen. Hey, Doreen, she's friends with him.
That's okay. That's okay.
He talking about your friend Doreen.
Me and Doreen don't agree on a lot of things, so that's okay.
Well, you gotta be careful.
I'm thinking to myself, bro. But Ryan Day said something in that interview. He said, I understand, coaches got to do things for their families, right? But he said, but then Ryan Day says two things. He said, but there's something to be said about loyalty. Okay, that's fine. But then he said this, and there's something to be said about your character. And I think he's talking about Jim Knowles. And clearly Ryan Day feels a way about it too. And I'm okay with that. I want Ryan Day to, and I took that personal. That's good, Day. Good.
So, a very prominent figure in our Michigan Voice College football community has a hold on, let me find it. Where'd it go?
Who, Juju?
Our boy Marmar. Yeah, Juju's another prominent one. But our boy Marmar says OSU's never at fault for anything. It's always the other person. What's your thoughts on that, Garrison? Because it does seem to be that way for a lot of things, don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, if Marmar feels that way, listen.
I think a lot of Michigan fans feel that way. It does appear to everybody but Ohio State.
I did not. I fought for this country so that you guys could have those type of opinions. Listen. You are free to have those opinions. I fought so you could have those. Everything. Nice. I'm all for free speech, Marmar. But us Ohio State fans will say the same to you. Oh, the coaching hires. Oh, I saw it myself. Who was that? Oh, that was your coach. So I think a lot of people make excuses. Sometimes I think we count excuses as just actual reasons, but that's okay. I understand. I'm okay with that, Mama. You're my man, Mama. It's okay.
Ain't no excuses on that field.
There isn't. There isn't, except if you're LSU. But no, man. That's all I have for you guys. And I'll let you guys continue your show. You got some other Wolverines fans up here, but you guys have a good night. And
hey, how was the call-in show though?
Yo.
How's the call-in show?
Wait, one second, Johnny. Johnny. I can tell you something. I can tell you eventually. Not eventually, but you'll hear. But TJ. The interview secured.
Oh, nice, bro. Nice.
Yeah. So
we won't spoil anything, but Garrison's been working on an interview with a player, and looks like it's green light. So very good, man.
Yep. I'm really excited about it, man. And overall, because I hope it's like when I had a talk with a certain person, they asked me, like, would you guys ever want to like do, have other players like? I'm like, yeah. I think this could be something cool.
Really, other players too? Oh, that's awesome,
bro. He asked me that, and so like I think this could be really cool, not for just our channel, but for the whole network in general. Like this could be really big for you guys at this channel also. So like I really hope that this works out for everybody, man. But you guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you, Johnny. I'll talk to you on Sunday. So. All right.
Gotcha.
Well, we'll see what BS you guys cook up over the next few days for me to talk about.
I'm in the kitchen.
See you guys.
All right, Garrison.
All right. Oh, we got a new member in the house. Colby in the house. New member. Appreciate you. Let's see. All right. Just want to make sure we're updated. Let me update the ticker here. We are now 61 away from a third hour. Appreciate everybody rocking with us. Appreciate everybody giving us all the compliments of the show. We try to make sure we have a very good, fun show. I know AD was getting a little upset with. I know. I saw you, AD. I saw.
AD can't stand Garrison.
I know. That's so funny. I know. Hey, listen. I like Garrison. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. All right. I know we all don't agree. I know everyone doesn't agree with but he's a good guy. All right. Now let's bring up two people. So we got 14 minutes left in the show. I'm going to bring up two people who are prominent members in the community, important people to the community. We got our guy Marmar. We got the shirtless wonder beat up. I don't know if he has a shirt or not. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Actually, he doesn't. He's letting me know, but I got word in my headset he does not. And we're gonna pull them up and close the show. We got our family. What's up, boys? How we doing? 7 Up, Marmar in the house. What up, boys?
What up, though? What up, though? Hey, I just want to say this. Because I told Dom this. I said, 7 first downs to 0 first downs in the fourth quarter. Our O-line was holding up against the defensive line on November 30th. I just don't know what the fuss is about anymore. I don't know what's there to talk about anymore. When it comes to these Buckeyes, we did what we had to do. Like Johnny said, we put them in the oven, and they still cooking. So, what is there to talk about? I mean, 7-0 with that O-line that didn't do nothing last year, with a quarterback that couldn't move the ball. What? Come on now. What is there to talk about? We went in there with scrubs. No disrespect. It is what it is.
Marmar, this is why their focus is on all the controversy outside of the football field, because there isn't. You're right. There's nothing to talk about.
It is a controversy. We whooping that ass, and they can't understand why we whooping that ass. So they got to investigate why we whooping that ass, and why they even doing the investigation. We still whoop that ass. Okay, now. We still whoop that ass without any of these people being on the field. Only person that was retained was Sharon Moore, and he still went to Columbus with them scrubs. No disrespect. We ain't talking about TLC scrubs. We talking about this, some scrubs, they didn't, jail up right away, and then they went to Columbus and, shut them down in the fourth. They didn't get nothing. Like Johnny said, they got nothing. Get the shirts. They on sale, boy. Check them out. So,
boy cooking. You cooking, boy.
Listen. Hey, I'm just, what I'm saying? I just want to know what the fuck's about. Then on top of things, they didn't beat the defending national champions from the season prior. Hold on. Some Buckeyes come at me and say, well, you didn't beat the ones, hold on, let me do it in their voice. You didn't beat the ones from the prior season either. Hold on now. Michigan and Ohio State is in the same conference. So that's why it's set up like that. That's our biggest rivalry. So now this year game come down to the back-to-back national champion 2 teams, right? Whoever wins that game needs to shut the fuck up.
Wins what game?
In November of 2025.
Okay, all right. Let's do it.
Oh yeah, the last two national
Hey
champs.
Johnny, did King Buckeye take you up on the offer on the fandom again?
What you
I
talking
stopped
about?
looking at it. He was saying something. I
Omar,
stopped
did you
looking.
see that episode where King Buckeye came on here and he wanted to bet fandoms? He says if
did.
Ohio, this was last summer, okay? He goes, if Ohio State wins, then I want to bet your fandom. You're going to become an Ohio State. And he was like, he was like,
I want your fandom.
He's trying to get my soul or something, bro. Like, and I'm serious.
I want your fandom.
He was dead serious. He's like, no, we're betting fandom. We're betting
He wanted that
fandom.
fandom. Hey,
He's
quick question
never been
is
seen again.
Hey, I want to reply to the guy Steve. I want to reply to the guy Steve. As long as you follow the establishment, my guy, you always gonna believe what's put out there in the media. You should take everything that you hear with a grain of salt. If it ain't got no facts behind, hold on. If it ain't got no facts behind it, don't ride with it because it's gonna mislead you.
Hey, Marmar, how do you see Steve's comment? He's on Twitter.
Because I see it on this thing right here in the chat.
All right, I didn't know people on YouTube can see the Twitter thing.
It says y'all self-imposed investigation, Marmar. Hold on, though. Hold on, listen. Sometimes you gotta dupe the duper. So okay, now we gonna play games too. Because we still ain't sit down in front of the committee. So if they don't about to do, that's when they're gonna go fight. It's June 6th. They still have the NCAA still have the time to make their mind up. They got like what 3.5 weeks, 4.5 weeks till June 6th. So they got it's not the ball is in their court. What you gonna do with it?
But what is June 6th, Mama?
That's
when they sit down, when Michigan sits down with the committee, and if they don't accept what Michigan's doing, they gonna fight it.
That's June 6th.
That's where the upper hand. Hold on, that's where the upper hand. That's where they showed their cards. Like, let me call you on that. I don't know that about poker, but I called you on that. My poker pays. Okay, now. Come on, man. I'm tired of them people. These fan bases, rubbing. Just trying to drag us off a hearsay. I understand this suspension thing came out, but I'm just talking about hearsay. If you don't know what's going on, don't run your mouth. You don't. Y'all want to drag us, but we whooping that ass. That's a dragon.
So, Michigan's meeting the committee on June 6th. What's the process after that? Do we know?
I think what does Michigan have 45? I mean, they have to give their verdict within like 45 days, right?
Okay, so then we're thinking like August then. Okay.
Right before the season, as we talked about.
We're thinking July then. Okay.
Yeah, right before the season starts. Right before fall
they
camp.
can go to court if they don't like that, I believe.
Okay.
Yep. And if they go to court, it's gonna be dragged out for another 3.5 years. And then by that time, all the TV contracts will be on its way to being renewed. And ain't nobody gonna want to deal with the NCAA. Peace out. I'll see you later. So, like I said, they could keep playing games. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, Michigan gonna be like Eminem on Renegade.
So our guy Jay Marion says Sam Webb. So I didn't see Sam Webb's show today. I just but he said apparently the 2 games is not set in stone. It just got leaked out. So somebody leaked it. Now I have heard that there's some speculation that it may have came from Michigan, which is interesting. Now I don't know why, I don't know why Michigan would do that if it did come from Michigan. Now if it came from the NCAA, that'd make a lot of sense because they've been doing that shit the whole process. But
which is like Nick said, it's illegal.
Could be rats.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe there's someone in the program.
Rats like cheese. You shouldn't feed them that though.
Yeah. I think that's part of it, dude. Just the whole Michigan region thing's pretty upsetting. So, you never know what's going to happen.
Not to go down a political path again, but the thing that amazes me is like whatever side you lean, whatever. Yeah. But the fact that people find it acceptable what they did. I don't care what side you're on. I don't even care what position. Like that's just not a good play.
What you talking about?
So the Regents went to the New York Times to write an
Yeah, yeah,
article.
yeah, yeah. That's wrong. You know what I
That's
mean?
crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, sit
Like,
down with your
you're a
mans.
Regent.
Like, yeah,
You're a
sit
Regent
down with your
University.
mans and let them know
Yeah, handle it.
how you feel. You know what I'm saying? You don't go out and
It's what
that's
some
just
may
like with all
call
this. Yeah, with the science still and stuff. Somebody went out and got to spreading the news like Frank Sinatra and and started all this thing. We've been dealing with this for the last 3 seasons. 3 seasons.
Yeah.
We ain't even started the third season. It started in 2023. You suspended the man 6 games and still won in 90. But they say we cheated. I ain't listening to it. You can't cheat when you running the ball on folks. You can't cheat when you throwing the ball and the receiver catch the ball. How's that cheating? Like people don't watch football. You can't cheat. You really can't cheat in the football. Only the refs can. You know why? Because they can, call penalties and fuck up drives, or you know, be the reason of the outcome of the game. So again, how are people cheating? Like with the tight end of Ohio State talking about they knew the play. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
Or
so
Nebraska.
Connor Steins broke that. I'm sure you saw that. Marmor, I think you did see it. I think you sent me the interview where Connor Steins essentially kind of explains how that happened, how they knew the play, because it was a common sign. They knew where it was going to go.
Hey, Connor Sellian said he learned their play in the first drive.
I know. Well, because
all they plays.
They had the same sign guy the entire season.
Listen, he learned it in one series of moving the ball down the field. He learned all they plays. Like I said, I had paid attention to it too. Ohio State runs the same shit. Same shit.
But what I just want to reiterate, like I asked previously in that donation comment, whatever, was when I watched the Michigan podcast with Steve Dace, and people were trolling, Ohio State were trolling him about saying, stop, board, you're killing us out there. But when he divulged that he interviewed Connor himself for like 3 hours, I'm assuming when he was on the Blaze or on the set with maybe the Crane and Company or something like that. I don't know, because I think they work for the same company, Blaze. He interviewed him himself, and like the shocking answer was when he asked him, "Well, did Michigan like exit interview as you left?" And he's like, "No, they just tell me to give me my phone and leave." And like, so they didn't even want any information out of you at all about what you were doing. They're like, and he said no. So I'm like, so what? so then everything we think of fight and everything, like we're dead ass wrong. Michigan plans on doing none of that. Like, if you think about it, what are they going to fight?
Well,
they can't fight anything because they don't know nothing.
They've not shown, outside of some talk, they've shown no fight.
Yeah, because they don't know. They have no idea, because they're basing it 100% solely that Connor Silence is a lone wolf. He did all by himself.
Right.
He fucked up. Ask him. Don't ask us. We don't know shit about this. And to some point, I guess you could say that. You can just put it all on him. But it's like, but for you as a school to not even have some type of upper hand information and just say, "Yeah, I have no idea. Just, yeah, do whatever. We'll do whatever we got to do. Just whatever. Like, get it out of our face."
Seems like that's the plan is, because if you exit interview them, then you find out you might find out some stuff you don't want to find out, and then
but at least you have that to then.
Yeah, but then that could be good or bad because you got the information now. So how long did you know? Oh, he just told me. Did he? You get what I'm saying? So the fact that they didn't do that, you could say that they're leaning towards the screw Connor Stallions.
Yeah.
He's cooked. You about to go down for this, bucko. You going down.
Correct.
I mean,
but
you're not in college,
saying
so
we're not fighting whatsoever.
This isn't a criminal
because we have
case.
no information. That's what's sort of pathetic, that we're thinking a whole totally different thing this entire time, and for that information then to come out that they didn't do that. Well, then that just puts everything that we thought of fighting just out the window. They're like, no, we're taking the path of least resistance, and that's That's all on Connor. That's all on him. We don't know shit. We didn't do shit. And so, for them, for Sharon Moore for two-game suspension for just deleting text messages, that you could say at this point, that's pretty pathetic. I guess you could say. It's
pretty grimy. It is.
Yeah.
Hey, Marmar, Nick wants to know where you got your hat, bro.
Oh, Rally House.
In Ann Arbor.
Yeah, I actually want to get that hat.
Nah, I go to the one in Rochester Hill.
Oh, I thought you were at the one in Ann Arbor. No.
Nah, we went to the one at Ann Arbor, but it wasn't. No, that was at the mall. I don't remember the name of the mall in Ann Arbor, but
was it Lids?
It don't fit right.
Yeah, we went to the mall in Ann Arbor, and the Rally House sucks.
Bro. All new eras do not fit the same, bro. I hate that shit. It's just
I know. When I go to the one in Rochester Hill, they got a big old select. The one in Rochester Hills, Michigan is dope. It is nice. It got everything. I mean, so much Michigan stuff. I cut up. Son.
A lot of rich white folk out there. Those parts.
I got family that live there. Hey, B-Dub, I got a lot of family living in Rochester too. It ain't nothing like that. I'm just saying that's where they reside. Like I don't care about their bag. I'm getting my own bag. Fuck them. I don't ask them for shit.
Yeah, man, you fucked up my order, bro. Been fucking on the show yesterday, man. Just up and down the warehouse. I saw your ass.
Hey, you be all right, man. I was getting them cases,
Hey, all right, boys. We were at the 2-hour mark. We have achieved a good show today. I think we had a really good show, good discourse, good talk. Appreciate everyone who was a part of it. B-Dub, we'll get your final thoughts, and we'll get Marmar's, and then we'll get myself and Johnny. So, B-Dub, final thoughts, brother.
Yeah, actually, I think it's pretty cool. I didn't know that your dad was a trucker because my dad was a trucker.
Oh yeah,
truckers my entire life. He
was mine.
My dad, he started out. He did road for a long time.
Mine too.
And then ironically, he went city when I was in high school, and he'd make me breakfast every morning, which was awesome throughout high school. But then what happened was after high school, man, I had to have a conversation with my dad because I was like, Dad, I'm gonna be honest, you're a dick. And he's like, what? I'm like, you've been a straight up dick around these parts. And he's like, what? I'm like, I don't know if it's this city traffic, but I think you need to go back on the road, Dad. I'm gonna be honest with you. And so he went back on the road and he did nights.
That's funny, dude. My dad was a road driver until I was born. Then he was a city driver, and then towards the end, before he retired, bro, he was fucking losing his shit because of all the traffic and the way people were driving. He was like, he couldn't handle it, dude. It was like not good for his health.
Yeah. That happens, bro. And he did nights, which messed with him a bit, but he handled it. But yeah, no, represent truckers, man. Truckers are the shit, man, right? And it's a hard life. I gotta do therapy and shit because of that. Of having a trucker dad, because that shit's hard, man. That shit's hard.
All right, well, not to laugh at your therapy, Well, you know what? That's why B-Dub doesn't wear a shirt. He's in he's fighting against the power, dude. His dad always said put a shirt on. He said, "No, Dad." Fuck. So we know B-Dub's
my dad never wore shirts, man.
He's goofy, bro.
He's rebelling
I'm
against
sorry,
his dad.
I can't be perfect.
Yeah. Right, well, we love you, bro. We love you with no shirt, bro. So just keep doing
no
you.
problem. Go blue, guys. Go blue.
Go blue.
Hey, we learn something new every day, huh? B-Dub's just rebelling against his father, bro. That's all right. We respect it. Hey, Marmar, you got final thoughts, man?
My final thought is Michigan need to grow some Halliburton style who cojones so we can fight shit and so Jerome Moore shouldn't be suspended. My other final thought is, hey, Ohio State, this is to you. I want y'all to look in this camera and look in my eyes. I got to say this to you, Ohio. We don't care about your natty. Okay? I just want to say that. We don't care. We don't care what kind of statistics you bring up. We don't care. Because you didn't win the game. So that's all that matters, is winning the game. Peace to you, my fellow Ohio State fans. Go blue.
You heard it. Marmar letting you know. All that matters is the game. All right, Marmar, appreciate you, bro. I'm sure we'll hear from you next Thursday. Hey, handle your business in Call of Duty. Make sure we stay safe. Protect America.
I got some good news. I applied for Ford and for the right position, and they gonna reach back out to me next week.
Hell yeah, that is good news, bro. I'm happy to hear that. Good, Marmar. Well, congratulations on that. Let's hope that works out for you, brother.
I'm about to be driving futuristics.
There you go. There you go, Marmar.
All right, yo,
brother.
go blue.
Go blue. Go blue, my friend. Good for Mar. A lot of good news tonight. A lot of good news. We got Timothy to 5 subscribers. Marmar got Ford calling back. What was the other? There was another thing that was good. Oh, Garrison has a big interview coming up. Good for him. Shout out. Hey, good night. Good night. And Johnny, we had a good show, man. So good for us. And the community got to watch a good show tonight. So that's good too. So, all right, Johnny, you got some final thoughts for the people?
I'm ready for this. The Stallions, all the allegations, all that stuff to be over with, because I don't honestly like talking about it.
Yeah,
I like to talk football, X's and O's, recruiting, which I don't really do, but I like to watch the actual film. Like when you pull it up, I like to watch that. I'm a football on field person, so that's what I like to talk about. So all this other stuff, it doesn't do much for me. But it is what it is. People want to hear us talk about it. So I'm just tired of it. You know what I'm saying? All the speculation, what's Ohio State, this is going to happen. Michigan, this ain't going to happen. And none of us really exactly know. So it's all opinion. So I'm ready to get it done, get it over with, and, get back to talking football. And my dad retired from GM. So everybody was saying what they pops did. I thought
Hey, GM, man. Hey, auto worker. We support that.
UAW.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Union, the union worker. All love there. All right, so I'll give my thoughts. I agree with you, Johnny. I kind of am over talking about this shit, but like it's not going anywhere. June 6th, we obviously have some type of committee now.
And it's in the media crazy right now. So you gotta say something.
What sucks too, bro, is there's not like regarding the football team. I mean, there's only so much to talk about right now until
ain't nothing going on right now. And what's in the media right now is the scandal stuff.
Yeah, the next 3 months is going to be. We already know who's QB1. That debate's done. So. So I don't know. We're gonna guess what? We'll get through it. I'm sure some fun will happen. Hopefully recruiting picks up. We can start talking about the wins in recruiting. That'll be fun. But hey, you know what? At the end of the day, we're gonna keep rocking. We'll be here every week. We're gonna keep doing the damn thing. And you know what? Me and Johnny are here for the community to help us all get through it. And you guys are gonna help us get through this tough summer too. So appreciate everybody who called in. Appreciate everyone who contributed. Appreciate everyone who liked the video, shared the video, watched the video, commented, and was just here with us. We appreciate all of you. So thank you, everybody. My next show with John Diadamo will be Tuesday at 8 p.m. Be on the lookout for that. On Monday mornings, we have our new segment, The Victor's Voice, with our guy Bryce Sack and Matthew Ayler. Be on the lookout for that. And then Thursday, as you know, me and Johnny Olden holding it down for the Michigan Wolverines call-in show. We'll be here next week, same time. Be on the lookout. And as you guys know, it is always
go blue.
That's right. Johnny knows. Go blue.